Claus, here comes Santa Claus, down on Santa Claus Lane. All right, what up, what up? It's your boy Money Mark coming at you guys in another edition of Secret Saturdays. And we're here on Christmas Day, of all days, on Christmas Day. The birds aren't chirping. It's probably cold outside. I don't know where you're at, but I mean, anyways, we're here. Another Saturday. Now you're probably wondering, Money, why are you doing a Christmas episode? And I'm gonna be honest with you, there's no Christmas theme dunks or anything like that going on here. I'm not doing that. I typically don't like the Christmas theme shoes. I'm just being honest with you. But I took some time off on the last one, so I had to make it up for you, even though it's Christmas Day. That's why we pre-record. But we're here. We got 3 drops for you guys to salivate over for the coming year. 2022 is going to be a crazy year for drops. There's all these new sneakers coming out, and I can't wait. Guys, be on a special lookout. Of course, make sure you prep for the patent leather Jordan 1s that are set to drop. I'm gonna go ahead and toss that out. Those are dropping December 30th, right before the new year. So get that sneaker. So we got 3 drops for you guys set to drop 2022. We even got a kid sneaker this time around. We got a kid sneaker. So guys, I can't wait to get into it. Let's go. Okay guys, to kick things off, we're gonna start things off with a Nike KD. Nike KD, yes, we got the Nike KD 14 Aunt Pearl. Now, the Aunt Pearl sneaker is a staple in the KD series. Every year we get a KD, we get a Nike KD. A lot of you guys know the different KDs, Aunt Pearl, the different Aunt Pearls throughout the course of the KD series. Of course, we got the joints. I think there's the KD 4s, the Aunt Pearl 4s, the Aunt Pearl 7s. There's so many different Aunt Pearls that have released over the course of time, and it is a staple of that sneaker. It's kind of like the Aunt Pearls and the What Does. When you normally see that, when the Kobe's and the KDs, you always get the What Does and you get the Aunt Pearls. The Aunt Pearls, in my personal opinion, are always a dope release, and I've always wanted to get my hands on a pair of Aunt Pearls. The 13 Aunt Pearls actually weren't that bad. They actually look pretty dope, and we got a new Aunt Pearl release for the KD 14s. That's right, the KD 14s. Now just jumping into this thing, looking at it, of course we got the same KD 14 silhouette, that kind of basketball shoe kind of silhouette, always with the strap. KD always kind of manages to do a strap with some of these sneakers. We got the strap going over the lace itself in that bright pink. The shoe's kind of like a mesh kind of material that kind of goes from the entire body of the sneaker, all the way from the toe box, all the way to the back tab. Now, right before you get to the back tab, we get, of course, this white leather material that kind of has this imprint, this wing imprint. One of the things that are always a staple for all the KD Aunt Pearls is usually a pink silhouette, right, with different hues of pink, and then there's some white that's always going to be tossed in there to get that pearl essence going there, and then there's always a wing in some way, shape, or form, probably to just commemorate, of course, to commemorate or to continue to commemorate the memory of KD's Aunt Pearl that passed due to cancer. Of course, which is basically sticks with the theme of the pink theme, the breast cancer awareness theme as well. Inside the tongue, on the front of the tongue, you get, of course, when it looks on the right sneaker, you get the classic KD logo. On the left sneaker, you get the Aunt Pearl embroidered on there as well in gold script that kind of just meshes just perfectly with that pink and white colorway, of course. And then, of course, you have on the back of that, you have the breast cancer awareness ribbon on the back of those as well, with a nice little message in script on that. I can't really necessarily read that as of right now, but I mean, of course, I'll drop the images. You can take a look at that as well. On the bottom sole, or the midsole, I would say, on the midsole, you kind of have a super bright pink, not like a neon pink, almost like a sorbet kind of pink colorway with little sprinkles on it, kind of giving it that ice cream essence. And if you look at that midsole, it kind of transitions to the white, to the back tab as it gets towards the back tab, still keeping that sprinkled look to it. The bottom sole has like a cream, almost like a cookie look, a cookie looking bottom sole. It's classic. And then on the strap itself is just a basic strap, a basic rubber strap that kind of has that grid kind of feel to it. On the sides, got the Nike logo right in the front of that thing, giving that thing a classic KD look. The On Pearl to me has always been a dope sneaker. I've honestly been pretty impressed with every iteration of this. This one to me is still a dope iteration. I'd say that I would still try it. I still look towards some of the other iterations of that sneaker, but definitely a dope cop. Definitely a sneaker that if you see on someone's feet, you're definitely gonna want to go ahead and maybe ask where they got it, or ask what are those in a good way. Not a, you know, what are those? What are those used to be like a compliment. Now what are those is kind of like, you know, the running joke. TikTok, freaking TikTok. But anyways, I digress. This shoe set to drop 2022. We got a price point on this of $160. And yeah, man, definitely get on top of this as we get more into 2022. Nike, of course, will release dates on these, and I'll do an update video on all the dates that I haven't talked about. But definitely be on the lookout for that sneaker. Okay, so next on the list is a sneaker I'm super excited about. A sneaker I'm super excited about because I missed out on these when they dropped in 2014, and they back. And hopefully, keep my fingers crossed, this won't be a fly off the shelf and I can't find it anywhere type of sneaker. What the sneaker I'm talking about is, we have to go back in the time portal on this, all right? This is a retro release, a retro re-release, because it re-released on the 2014, now they're re-released in 2022, of one of the most, I want to say the most underrated. It is definitely a basketball player release. Just some not late 90s flavor here. I'm talking about that Nike Air Max Penny 1 in the Orlando colorway. Yes, this bad boy is coming back out 2022, and I can't tell you how excited I am. Listen, first and foremost, let's be honest. Penny, the Air Max Penny series gave us some iconic shoes. The Penny in general just gave us so many iconic shoes. The half cents. I do believe the foam posits tradition is actually technically supposed to be a Penny shoe. The Penny, first and foremost, Penny or Anthony Hardaway or Penny Hardaway. This player essentially was one of the dopest players to kind of surprise the league at the time when he dropped in the league. Him and Shaq were making waves, especially when Jordan was out for that year, making waves, making it to the finals. And we had our boy Penny. Penny was everything that we thought we needed. You know, the game felt lost without Jordan. We don't have your highness, your airness. And then all of a sudden we got this fella with a ball handle, super tall, can slash, can do everything. And then he's running down the court with this other big fella, and everything about it seemed dope. And everything about the Penny was dope, from the commercials to everything. The whole Penny commercials used to be dope. And now we have the shoe that started it all. So many dope iterations, so many other dope shoes. We got the Air Penny 1s. And looking at this bad boy right here, so when we look at it, it's in that traditional colorway. So of course, traditionally the shoe is black throughout the most of the body of the sneaker. Of course, we have that grid kind of look that kind of starts from the bottom sole, that kind of wraps around the toe box, that white, that kind of goes up into the middle part of that sneaker, that white grid. And then of course we have that gel Nike sign in there as well, with the cool little accents inside the gel itself. When you flip that bad boy over, predominantly white for the top half of the sneaker, predominantly white bottom sole with that Orlando blue Nike check as well. We have to talk about how cold some of the colorways and jerseys for the Orlando Magic are. I know the Orlando Magic have never been like a dominant team, but I'm sorry, that Orlando Magic Star jersey is probably one of the coldest jerseys to have. I'm still looking for a T-Max Star jersey. That's under $200. Like, I don't feel like paying $200 for it, but I'm still looking for it. I'm still looking for the authentic in fact, I'll give Tracy $100. But anyways, I'm still looking for that bad boy as well. But this colorway in and of itself, with it being a predominantly black shoe with some white accents, it still just has, from the silhouette itself, just has a dope, unique feature to it. When you look at the back tab itself, it has, of course, that air pocket in the back. And you look, of course, on the tongue, black shoelaces. And then we got the tongue that just has a regular tongue tab on it. That's first of all, the tongue itself is black. And then we have the tongue tab that is black as well with the blue check on there. What can we say? Dope sneaker. I don't really have too much more to say about this sneaker, but besides the fact that it's just, I need to have it. You need to have it. We all need to have it. It's set to drop 2022. We don't have a release date as of yet, a firm release date as of yet, but the price point on that bad boy is $170. Forget about it. Forget about it. Okay, so wrapping things up, we're going to talk about a sneaker, a sneaker that we haven't talked about. We have not talked about a kid sneaker. And one of the reasons why I had to talk about this sneaker, because this sneaker is dope. And honestly, I'm mad that I can't buy this sneaker. Of course, whenever I do multiple Nike sneakers, we always have to toss a Dunk in there, because Dunks, of course, are one of my favorite, my Midnight Summer Dream, X, Y, and Z, whatever you want to call it. We got here, this sneaker is the Nike Dunk Year of the Tiger. Now this is, of course, a kid sneaker that's dropping in grade school sizes and all the other additional sizes. I don't feel like telling you all the additional sizes, but at the cap obviously is grade school, and it's gonna go all the way down. Now this sneaker right here, boy, let's just get into it. So the Year of the Tiger is definitely a classic. It's definitely not a classic, but it's definitely a unique colorway in and of itself. All of the Year of the have always been they always boast an interesting colorway. All those different Year of those, as I like to call them. And this Year of the Tiger does not disappoint. First and foremost, let's jump into it. You look at that toe box. That toe box is a canvas toe box. So everything about that toe box is essentially canvas to the midpoint of the sneaker. It has that little orange Nike logo on the side. That the canvas colorway is kind of like a tan, almost like an opaque or off-white. Then we got that midsole, that white midsole that kind of transitions the colors into that bottom gel sole or that bottom gum sole that has the little tiger prints on that thing as well. Now you transition to the rest of the body of the shoe. So when you go up to about the laces, all the way to from the toe box over from the mid part of the toe box on, it's a black colorway. And then when you look at it, so when I say black colorway, so even the Nike sign itself is black. So, and then it kind of looks like a suede material on the overlays right by the laces are, as well as that mid rib part as well. And it also looks like it's kind of a suede on the Nike logo as well. Now, what really accents goes is that middle panel starts a tiger print accent that kind of goes around to the other side as well. So right at the tip of the Nike sign, right, you get this, right underneath it, essentially, you get this embroidered tiger print pattern that kind of wraps around to the other side as well. It just gives you those like a classic jacket vibes. I believe a jacket's actually going to release with this as well. I mean, kiddos are getting blessed, boy. They're getting blessed, way up, and they blessed. 2022 is going to be interesting. We don't have a price point for this as well, but it just looks, the sneaker just looks crazy. I mean, looking at the sock liner has this gold kind of colorway around it, kind of like this broidered, shiny gold kind of look around that bad boy. The back tab, Nike sign, all black back tab, well, black on the top of the back tab with the gold Nike logo on top, black shoelaces. On the tongue itself, there's a regular tongue tag that says Nike on it. The kiddos are getting blessed. I definitely am interested in seeing how much they cost, because I'm not necessarily a believer in paying hundreds of dollars for the kiddo sneakers, because the kiddo sneakers, the kids, they grow out them bitches in 2 seconds. I have a little girl that I love to keep fresh, and I would love to get her those sneakers, but yeah, we'll see what the price points look like. Right now, she's in that point where we don't know what her shoe size is. She'll be like 5C right now, and then like 2 weeks she'll be like a 6C, whatever the case may be. It's growing crazy, okay? She already grew out 2 pairs of Jordans, so I don't know about the Dunks. but definitely a dope sneaker. You definitely, if you're into keeping the kiddos fresh, especially in the grade school sizes, because that's when they slow down just a little bit, definitely go ahead and cop that sneaker as well. Okay guys, so there's 3 sneakers. Like every week, every freaking week, we give you 3 sneakers that we compare. And yeah, let's getting into it. Of course, we talked about the Aunt Pearl, the Nike KD14 Aunt Pearls, keeping up a tradition and in commemoration of Katie's Aunt Pearl. And just looking at that mesh kind of material that kind of goes over most of the body of the sneaker, that little sorbet colorway on the middle sole, the transitions, the dope accents on the tongue as well, and then just the extra accents that you have throughout the whole sneaker, keeping up with that KD tradition. Then we go to, of course, the Air Penny Retro 1's. Those things in the Orlando colorway with that white kind of grid that kind of comes up from it's like the bottom sole kind of comes up with that blue sign on it. This classic vibes right there. A sneaker that I feel like you can wear with anything. All black colorway with the nice blue on the tongue tab, of course, and the little air pocket in the back. Just, it just looks just 90s. Just brings me back to my childhood. And of course, the year of the Tigers. The year of Tiger for the kiddos. We got that awesome embroidered tiger print around that back of that sneaker. You have that canvas look on the front of it. It's definitely a unique sneaker. It's definitely a sneaker that's gonna make your kid cool at grade school, definitely. And of course, you got that gold sock liner as well. Super dope, super dope. Now, if I had to pick, I'm gonna pick the pennies. I don't care if you don't like it. I'm picking the pennies because I want the pennies. I think the pennies are dope, and you should think the pennies are dope too if you like sneakers. Yes, that's right. I said you should think the pennies are dope too. Don't mind this. You should cop the pennies. The penny ones are definitely my pick. The Aunt Pearls are a dope sneaker, of course, and I can't knock the Aunt Pearls, but at the same time, if I had to look at a shoe that will go with everything, I think the Aunt Pearls, especially this KD14 Aunt Pearl, is definitely a very bold look. There's definitely some other more subtle KD Aunt Pearls that have dropped that I feel a little bit more, you can have a little bit more leeway with it. But this 14 is just really pink, just really pink. I still think it's dope. If I could hit on them, I think I would grab those. But I'm trying to get those pennies. That's what I want. I want those pennies. And after I buy those pennies, I'm probably gonna try to find some half cents. Like I think the pennies is where it's at for me, and that's where I'm at with it. So guys, tell me what you think. Definitely leave a comment. Let me know if I'm crazy. Let me know if you think the pennies should be copped. Let me know if you think the shoe for the kiddos should be copped. The Nike Dunk, or the Year of the Tigers, I keep doing the Nike Dunk, but the Year of the Tigers should be copped. Let me know. Holla at your boy. I love all the comments. We respond to all the comments. We appreciate all the love. You guys have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, the whole 9. Be blessed, be safe. And yeah, it's your boy Money Mark signing off from Sneaker Saturdays. Peace.